Yep. So the shit that Dave was talking on the latest Netflix special when he came to Nap, he had the same material.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Damn near ran it in the same order. It just looked like that show was in Washington, D.C.
Got you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was the same shit though. It was dope. Like when he came out, I damn near feel like the intro of what they showed him was at Banker's Life, or well, not Banker's Life, but Gamebridge Fieldhouse. The way he came out to that stadium,
Yeah.
because that on a tour, that's I damn near think that's the only stadium he came out into like that. If you look at the dates and shit and where he performed, but no, as you were saying with the Chappelle shit, what about it though?
So no, well, what I was going with was the comedians. One of the things that, to bring it back to Katt, he was saying he was basically the godfather or the father of writing new material on a consistent basis.
Respectable.
You know what I mean? And so you whereas Dave did that show on Netflix, but it was also the same material from his tour. You know what I mean? So comedians do use the same jokes. And
But the thing about it is, like, even going to the show here in the city, like it tells you this is for the purpose of his Netflix special. So
yeah. And like if you look at the Kevin Hart and Chris Rock, so it was one point where Chris had postcards of the routine that he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And in the order. So these are jokes that have worked, and then they gonna put them with the other jokes that work, I guess.
Okay.
And this is a routine of some of the greats of our time. You know what I mean? So there's got to be something in continuing with the same jokes. Now I know Katt was saying that they use them for years, the same joke routine for 10 years, and that's crucial.
Which I can believe it.
Yeah, it's like using a battle rap that you did 10 years ago.
Right. Shit, this got me to thinking, like, you know what? Why don't I go through all my material, get out the good parts, and use it? That's called recycling in battle rap. That's what it's called. But it's like shit. Just in my shit, it's like, one, I got fire material. Two, if you haven't heard that, it's new to you. Three, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wrote it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like, what's it called? But it is frowned upon in battle rap too.
Really?
To you know what I'm saying? Now it's not super frowned upon but like if I said some fire shit that got a big reaction and niggas heard it before, like, he recycling?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But if they don't know.
Damn. That's funny, man. Yeah. Nah, but that's yeah. Yeah. It's so in this craft though of telling jokes, especially if you got one-liners, like you can tell the same shit for years. You know what I mean? If it works, especially if you keep going in front of. Now you got to think, years just sounds like a lot of time. So say you do a week, and then 1 week you hit Boston, down the eastern seaboard, Boston, Delaware, DC, Baltimore, whatever, going on down South Carolina. That's in 1 week. You do 5 stops, right? So then the next week, you do, I don't know, you coming back Midwest or go down south. And then you tour the whole United States, and say your tour is done 4 months. 4 months, and you toured. You telling them same jokes for 4 months.
Oh yeah, but I also think, that's how you perfect your shit too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're telling the same script or whatever, and then maybe the first night was cool, but as you go, now you know what I'm saying, by the time end of 4 months, you know how cold you would be with that shit?
Bringing it back too made me think, did you know there's comedians that have a whole chunk of their career on cruise ships?
No, I never knew that.
Yeah,
But that makes sense though.
Yeah, like they're the performing comedian. Well, you on the cruise ship for 2 weeks. And then you might have another cruise ship after that when you get back to here. You know what I mean? It's like that is a crazy, out of the box career choice to be a comedian and then land a gig on a cruise ship.
No, that's hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess motherfucker probably would get tired of that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like anything, but hey, shit, it'd probably be some cool paper, you know what I'm saying? Good experience.
Yeah. Meet some nice people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, this definitely a good day though for, just giving something to talk around barbershop podcast talk. You know what I mean? I definitely am a Katt Williams fan. He's always made me laugh.
Facts.
His stand-ups are phenomenal.
Who else was he talking against? Like you said, what about Steve Harvey? I never thought that Steve Harvey was necessarily funny.
First of all, he said Steve Harvey wasn't homeless.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said that was his story. You know, he jumped out of the crib and went down to Florida. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm like, is everyone stealing shit from Katt Williams? You know what I mean? Is that what's going on here?
Right. I mean, like I said, I don't know Steve Harvey's past at all, so I can't even speak to it. But because he was always an older nigga when I was young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he had a couple. I did like him in that one show where he was like the principal or the teacher or some shit. Mr. Harvey. No, was that? Maybe it was just called Steve Harvey. I don't know.
And speaking of that show, he said
Bullet
he stole
and
that from
Juanita. Is that what you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
That was like his show.
I thought it was a Steve Harvey show.
It might have been a Steve Harvey show.
I think that's what it was called. It's a very imaginative name.
Yeah, he was actually cold in that, where he was the teacher and shit, and he had, you know what I mean?
I like that show.
That was cool.
Yeah, I like that.
He was funny in that motherfucker, and he had some cool little babes in there.
That show was dope.
But that's about the only thing I like that nigga in.
Yeah, is acting, what he's been in is trash.
Yeah, nothing's good. And I don't watch that family show. It was a Family Feud.
Family Feud, he's good. He's great on Family Feud, though.
Okay.
Steve Harvey is great on Family Feud, but that's what they saying. They, saying he that country bumpkin, he can't act. And what he said about Earthquake, though. We gossiping right now, but it was straight entertainment, man. You can check it out. We got it playing on YouTube right now, and it's already got like 6 million views for the day. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they keep pouring up on that bottle, though. That's some good alcohol.
Some Shay.
Yeah.
See what they talking about. But overall, I thought it was, if he's doing it for promotion for him, he did a good job. You know what I mean? If he's doing it to get the truth out or his truth out, he did a good job. Past that, I don't expect nothing more from Katt Williams. He's always been like this. You said, I've always thought Katt was funny, but I'm just thinking about the people who he was riding against. You said what he said about Earthquake, and you don't even know?
He said he can't even read. That's why.
Earthquake was illiterate.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me though. Like,
damn,
I could believe that. I don't know where Earthquake was from, but I want to say it was like Mississippi or some shit. Not that.
Damn, man. Just to think, you got celebrities living the dream. Can't even read.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it's just like to think if you can't read good enough to know lines and get cues and stuff like that, then hell, man, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
Earthquake was funny as a motherfucker, I thought.
On the other note,
Yeah.
Earthquake is one of my favorite comedians. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. When he said that, it's like, ooh.
No, Earthquake was funny as a motherfucker, whether he couldn't read or not. And it was funny as shit. Who else? So he said Steve Harvey, which I ain't really too, but I did like the Steve Harvey shit. That was cool. He also said Cedric Entertainer, which we kind of ran that down. He also said Travis Smiley. Now, Travis Smiley, I don't know his work. Now, I have seen him in some videos, some movies. before, but like you said, there's nothing too crazy. I do remember his stand up, him, Lil Daryl. I didn't find that shit funny. He was
Lil
actually,
Daryl, yeah, and then the old ass woman.
yeah.
That yeah, and then him saying that it's a crackhead role. That's Santa Claus, and I'm like, damn. I don't know, man. That's the whole point. Is like how childish and sad. Like, how are you an intelligent person, know right from wrong, and then still do sideways trash shit and be oblivious to how trash you are?
But what did you do? What did he do that was trash?
Like I guess trying to paint a narrative that all the parts that he went out for was, Katt got. Like he was supposed to be the pimp and Katt was supposed to be playing the Santa Claus.
So I'm thinking you saying that Katt was looking trash in these situations.
No. I'm talking
Travis
about Travis Smiley. Yeah,
real trash.
Yeah.
In these situations.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, shit. Everybody's not the winner. You know what I'm saying? That's the tough story that we have to accept.
And then you look, and it's like all these people is established, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I mean? I think I just saw Cedric the Entertainer reading some kind of award on TV like a week or two ago. You know what I'm saying? So
I believe it. You know, they stay working, but they don't stay telling jokes, and that's what I think he was trying to get to. Like, yeah, they do have all this, that, and the third, but they're not in the field really. You know what I'm saying? In front of a crowd telling jokes. And as a comedian, I can respect that. But I also think, just as a business, if you started as a comedian, why wouldn't I want to be the game show host? Why wouldn't I want to host the VMAs or whatever the fuck they're doing? Or
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is coming from a personal. It's got to be coming from like a person. Something's going on. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's another thing I was going to say. He said that all these other people had came on this show and basically spoke down about him on the same show. So now he's basically clapping back. That's why I said for revenge. But also, I thought the Kevin Hart part was very interesting. How he was saying that that Kevin basically, you never really was that funny, and like you came out of nowhere and basically just got put in position.
Plant.
Yeah, he called him an industry plant. Like, damn, I don't think Kevin. I think after watching all the shit that Kevin, you know what I'm saying, I think Kevin's a likable guy, but his comedy, and I went to a couple of his shows, I never thought him to be that funny. I just thought him to be a person who he screams and makes weird faces and movements, and because he's small, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers, whoa. But the intellectual value in his comedy, I never saw.
Yeah, I think some of the portrayals. I think he's funny. I think Kevin Hart's funny. When I
like him as an actor, but I don't think he's funny.
Yeah, I like his stand-ups, but it's so many comics that are way funnier. I think Tony Baker is funnier than Kevin
I don't
Hart.
think Tony Baker is funny.
You don't think Tony Baker's funny? Who's some of the people that you?
I'm trying to think on that level, because I don't think a lot of niggas is funny. What's the other black dude name? He's black, kind of fat. He did the same thing Tony Baker do, more or less. I forget his name. Maybe he wouldn't.
That's the description.
Right, bro. He's dark. But shit, fuck it, you don't know. But no, I don't think Desi Baker's that funny. Oh, no, not Desi Baker. You said Tony
Desi
Baker.
Banks.
Desi Banks. I do think, I like his skits. I think Desi Banks skits
I think his skits is kind of funny. He's silly. He's silly. He a little silly.
I think he's real creative. I like Desi Banks. Who's the other nigga? The Country Wayne. You like him? I like him for being a young, well, he's not really that young, but you know what I'm saying, young in the game of comedy and get his name up. I like that part, but I don't think that he's necessarily funny. I watched his stand-up and it was there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it was there.
I watched it, like, when he first came out, on the like Vine or YouTube or whatever little, skits was probably about 10 years ago. It's been a minute since he's been around.
Okay.
He had some here and there. I thought he was funny. But now it's just like the shits that I've been seeing on him I'm like, man, that shit ain't. It's just that shit ain't that stand up. Man, I was hoping to laugh. Like, I was like, please, man, come on, man.
Oh, so
Didn't happen.
I guess so speaking of to transition, I guess rewind back to Dave Chappelle. What did you think of his special?
I thought it was good. I thought it was just as smoothly delivered as the last three, that Netflix got on him. So I like it. I like all of his material overall, especially the Chappelle show, but that's ancient history now.
Right.
Hopefully things change in his life, man, and he can come up with another Chappelle show, man, or something. Call it something else, but that show, man, was spectacular, man.
Yeah, I fucked with it hard body. I fucked with Chappelle's show.
Yeah.
Try to think what other comedians in the game who are actually like that made me raise an eyebrow when he spoke on Gary Owen, saying Gary Owen been around a long time and he's white and he still can't get to that next level. It's about who you fuck with. 'Cause I think Gary Owen's pretty funny.
Gary Owens is extremely funny.
Yeah, I think he's pretty funny.
I'm trying to think. It's like I don't want to believe that there's gatekeepers, man. That means the whole conspiracy narrative is legit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. What's on the Weinstein, like all that type of stuff, man. It's like, what's really going on, man?
But I feel like what are you trying to spare yourself for when you know it is? And it's way deeper than this.
So you don't think, what you mean, Katt, as far as Katt?
No, not as far as Katt, as far as the discussion and the realness of the whole conspiracy behind closed doors that these people gather together to not only gatekeep, but to, manipulate and move the world in nefarious ways.
Yeah, that's unfortunately,
or just do wicked and evil shit for their own gain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Katt did go to that depth of explanation to what he was talking about, but there was some situations and shit that he was saying that made Shannon somewhat uncomfortable. Oh, come on, Katt. Like, bruh. Why can't? What do you mean by that?
Right, yeah.
Further expound.
I was trying to think. There's some parts on that interview I could definitely watch it again. But again, I wasn't trying to analyze it too much. You know what I mean? But it's just. He has some things to say about people that I think is relevant.
Right.
You know what I mean? What do you think about the 85 South show before we even get back on?
I think it's dope. I'm not like a huge fan, but I think it's dope. I do like DC on Fly. The other two are cool.
Yeah, my favorite one is DC. You know what I mean? Just because his little antics, but Chico Beans is funny. Like, they all work well with each other. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Carlos Miller, I think.
Carlos Miller, he got that. They all blend well together, and even Carlos Miller's stand up by himself is phenomenal. Like, it's good. You know what I mean? So, I hats off to them gentlemen. I like that show. These are kind of some contrasts that we have in DC. Dave Chappelle, and could Katt Williams come out with something like the Chappelle show?
Mm, I think he could. I think he could, because if you write as much as you say you write, then that's plenty of material.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know what I mean? To get these, you know what I'm saying, bring these jokes and skits to life, plenty of material.
Yeah, the jokes, the writing as much as he said, the Bibles, you know what I mean, that he's written.
But my thing is, you know, when I go back and I look at, you know, the old Katt Williams stand-ups I've seen, they all are typically fire. Don't get me wrong, but most of them be very current eventish. So to sit here and say you're a writer, I can understand and agree that yes, you always give us fresh and new material, but also I do feel like current events are the easiest thing to write about. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for me to get up here and talk about this as it's, you know, one of the most popping things that's going on, but it's hard for me to hop on this camera and bring you something relatable and make you go ooh and ah that, you know what I'm saying? Just on the merit of me putting words together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Was you gonna match the king or what?
Yeah, definitely.